In terms of leasing apartments, when you start strong, you end strong. And our data shows that the lease is won at the beginning of the leasing process, not at the end. If you're focused on what you have to say at the end of a tour in order to close that lease, chances are you are in trouble. It's about creating this value right up front. Typically this happens when they call your community. It happens right on that first phone call. And so many leasing professionals and property managers miss that opportunity to build so much value with their prospects, to put themselves in the best possible position so that down the road after the tour, even if it's a virtual tour, it's so easy to close the lease. When you build that value right up front, everything is downhill from there. It's so much easier. In this video, I'm going to show you 6 tips on how to build value with your prospects right up front. 6 tips that are going to put you in the best position to close the lease. And if you get any value from this, please consider subscribing to this channel. It's all about you. It's all about helping you get better and lease more apartments. My name's Matt Easton. I'm the founder of Leasing University, the #1 sales training in the world for people just like you. So subscribe to this channel and I would love it. It would really help me out if you could give it a thumbs up, and more importantly, leave a comment. Tell me if this helped you. If you have questions, if you want me to dig deeper on anything, just leave it in the comments below. I'm here for you. Well, let's start right now. Let's give you 6 tips on how to build tons of value with your prospects right from that very first conversation. Tip number 1, stop asking them what their budget is. Listen, we want to build value right in the beginning. And by you asking your prospect right in that very first conversation, hey, what's your budget? How much money you want to give me? Builds no value. Our data at Leasing University shows that 98.5% of the people that call an apartment community already know the price of the apartments they rent there, all right? Your renter has access to more information online than ever before. So by you asking them, hey, what's your budget? You're not learning about them. You're not learning about their current situation, and you're for sure not adding any value. Tip number 2, simply ask them, what research have you done on our community? By asking your prospect, hey, what research have you done on our community? You're going to find that your prospect is going to tell you. Maybe they've never ever been to the property. Maybe all they know about you is what they saw on apartments.com. Or maybe, just maybe, their best friend lives there and they've been to the community 50 times. It's difficult for you to build any value with your prospect if you don't know what the starting point is. A great way to determine, hey, where is this conversation going to start, is by asking them, what research have you done on our community? Let them tell you, and you'll know where you need to work from that point forward. Tip number 3, I want you to find out what's most important to that prospect. What's most important to them? Not what your website says, not what marketing told you is great about your apartment. Don't start listing off all of your features and amenities. Find out what's most important to them. Maybe it's they're looking for a better kitchen. Maybe their kitchen right now is a disaster. Maybe they're downsizing. Maybe they're getting rid of their roommate and they want to go to their own 1-bedroom apartment. Find out what's most important to them. Maybe it's a dog park because they just got a new puppy. Find out what is most important to your renter. Remember this, nobody shops for an apartment for fun. And if everybody is happy, if all their needs are being met, they're going to continue to live where they're living right now. Your renter is experiencing some sort of pain or discomfort. There is, out of all of the things that they're looking to improve, there's one single thing that is so important to them. So ask them, find out what's most important to that renter. Tip number 4, Find out why that's most important to your renter. Everybody that goes through our training at leasinguniversity.com and earns one of these, a Certified Leasing Consultant Credential, well, they know the magic is in the why. It's not about just simply finding out what's most important to your renter. You also need to figure out the why. Hey, what's most important to you? The kitchen. Why is that important to you? Well, I now have discovered I've got a food allergy. I've got to cook all my food at home because I've got this thing called celiac. It's a massive gluten allergy. My kitchen right now is a disaster. I can barely make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. It's so small. I have to cook for myself at home, so I deserve a better kitchen. Don't stop at just finding out that the what is a better kitchen. Find out the why behind why that what is the most important thing to them. It's as simple as asking them, hey, what's most important to you? Well, the location. Why is the location so important to you? Well, I want to be close to my work. Talk to me about that. What's going on with the commute right now? I'm spending 30 minutes in the car. 30 minutes in the car? Is that each way or is that round trip? No, it's each way. I'm done. I'm done with traffic. I want to be close to work. Where do you work? I work right down the street at Dell Computer. Find out the why. It's not just about knowing the what. It's also important to know the why. Tip number 5, and this is overlooked by every single person that hasn't been trained by us at leasinguniversity.com. Ask your prospects what they want to see first when they either arrive at the community for their tour or when you do that virtual tour with them. It is so vital for you to ask this. Hey, what do you want to see first when you get here? You've asked them what research they've done on the community. You found out what's most important to them. You know the why. Now ask them what they want to see first. Oftentimes, those things can be different. And this is so critical for you. This allows you to build value with your prospects, especially those that are totally focused on price. We all know those prospects that are so focused on price. Hey, what's most important to you? Budget, 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 and I don't know, budget. I've got to be below $750 in rent. Got to be below $750 in rent. That's all I ever care about. Great, great. What do you want to see first when you get here? Oh, I want to see the dog park. I've got this brand new pug. His name's Baby Yoda. I'll spare no expense to make Baby Yoda's life happy. If you've got a dog swimming pool, even better. I'll pay anything to make sure that my Baby Yoda pug puppy has the best life. Isn't that amazing? Suddenly those people that are so focused on price, 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 when you ask them, hey, what do you want to see first when you get here? Sometimes they'll tell you those things that are going to build so much value for them. It helps them think about all of the other stuff besides the price. And it gives you an opportunity to really know what's going on in that prospect situation. By asking them, hey, what do you want to see first when you get here? Not only are you able to build a ton of value, but you're going to be able to make sure that you show them the things that are most valuable to them in the order that they want to see them when they arrive there on property or do that virtual tour with you. Tip number 6, and I'm going to leave you with this one. You just asked them, hey, what do you want to see first when you get here? What do you want to see first when we do this virtual tour? You know what they want to see first. What's tip number 6? Yeah, you want to know the why. Hey, what do you want to see first when you get here? Well, I want to see the fitness center. Why do you want to see the fitness center? Imagine that. Let's say you just ask somebody, what do you want to see first when you get here? And they say the fitness center. And you assume, we all know what happens when you assume that, oh boy, I better have a good fitness center. I better have a treadmill. I better have a climbing wall. I better have a climbing wall with an espresso bar at the top of the climbing wall that literally shoots espresso into their mouth as they finish their climb, or this person's not going to be impressed with our community. But then you ask them, hey, why do you want to see the fitness center first? And they tell you, yeah, I'm spending $150 a month on some CrossFit membership. The place is called CrossFit Paradise. It ought to be called CrossFit you know what. All I do is get yelled at. I never want to go there anymore. I feel miserable when I get there. I feel out of place. You know, I've thought about it. All I really need is an exercise bike or a treadmill. I just want to pop in there maybe once a week for 15 minutes, get a little cardio in and leave. Again, it's all about finding out the why. You are going to discover so much more about your prospect when you ask them why they want to see that first, right? Hey, what do you want to see first? I want to see the closets first. Why do you want to see the closets first? My closets right now are totally overflowing. I'm having to donate more stuff. Every time I buy something, I've got to give something up. Those closets are vital to me. Find out the why, and you're going to discover the real story, the real current situation. You're going to learn about your prospect's life, and you're going to be able to build that value and raise that value, so when it comes time to close, it's going to be so easy for you. That's what our life is about at Leasing University. That's what I'm all about. I want your life to be easier. And if you want your life to be easier, I want you to check this out. The way people rent apartments has changed. Today's renter has access to more information. Today's renter has more choices. The apartment industry needs you. Studies have shown that moving is the most stressful life event. The old sales training, well, it just doesn't work today. I'd like to teach you how to take the stress out of leasing apartments in a way that's meaningful to you and your renters and get you 7 times more leases. I'll show you how the perfect leasing process works. I'm gonna walk you through everything from answering the phone to closing the lease. I'm gonna show you how to determine your prospects' wants and their needs so that you can build value in your apartments. You will learn how to handle any objection or complaint. I'm gonna show you how to connect with your renter so it's easy for them to rent with you. I've taught the best property management companies and thousands of people just like you how to lease apartments. Property management is complicated. I'll simplify it for you. There's more competition than ever before. I'm gonna show you how to be number one. All of a sudden, your career, it's gonna make perfect sense, even if you've never worked in sales or property management before. And for the advanced property manager, I'm gonna show you how to take things to the next level. Leasing University is a new, simple, step-by-step process that's effective. We're gonna help you become a rock star in property management. I'm Matt Easton, and this is Leasing University.